Yo, guess where I'm at, fam? I'm in my car. Woo! Oh man, so blessed to be back in my car. Whew. So in today's video, I thought about some scripture I want to share with y'all. So I was writing up my rough draft on one of my papers I have to do. And I came across this scripture in the book of John that I'm pretty sure a lot of you might be familiar with or have heard before. And it's just such a blessing to be here today, guys. It's just such a blessing. I thank the Lord today that I have my car now. I have a reliable transportation for work and school again. To be able to live peacefully and to be patient, it's such a blessing and a virtue to have and to always acknowledge. Like, I was so worked up and stressed about not having my car this last 3-4 weeks almost, and having a reliable transportation. And, I had to overcome some difficulties, and I was late a couple times, and, just relying on transportation by bus was difficult, And the Lord teaches us a lot about keeping our peace, and most importantly, our love and patience, And so I have this scripture from book of John I want to share with y'all real quick. And I used it for my paper, which was ironically influential, enough for me to make this video. And in chapter 14 of the book of John, the Lord says to John, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid." That's a very powerful scripture. And the way I see it, and the way I look at it, is that there's no other stimulation, no other feeling, no other connection in this world but the Lord that He offers us. There's nothing other greater than the Lord that gives us our peace and our love, and keeps our mind at ease. There's nothing more powerful than the scripture and the words that we read in the book. And let me read over it again real quick. Every time that I read scripture and I'm anxious, anytime I read something that's very powerful and that's meaningful to my day, it really helps acknowledge my current situation in life and really hope for the best and trust God with the process. Only God is going to trust us. Give us ease and let us trust Him. He's got the journey. He's got the process for us. We don't understand it all at all times, but He's the only one that's going to keep us at ease, going to give us peace. And no matter how difficult life gets, and no matter how mad or how troubled you are, that part, let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid, that sticks out to me a lot. I feel like a lot of us, we're so constantly troubled and battled with reacting and negativity or reacting to anger, and it's so important to acknowledge that and to let our hearts be filled with the Lord, and to not be afraid ever to be afraid of the book of the Lord. Do not ever be afraid of sharing the Lord. Do not ever be afraid of the Lord, you know? Do not be afraid of sharing the Lord, you know? Do not ever be afraid, and do not ever be tempted to change your heart for anybody or for any influence. You know, so that scripture right there is very powerful. You know, so look it up. It's chapter John, book 14, verse 27. And it's really powerful when you can read something like that and really acknowledge that God has this vision for you. And you may be upset, but don't let any of these temptations change your direction of heart. Always keep in the same direction and have love for everyone, even your enemies. You know? Because a lot of temptation just needs a little bit of love, or any misdirection of guidance just needs love, you know? Because no matter how much you put into the world and no matter how much love you give, those people or those negative influences need love. You know, only love can change. So with that being said, be at ease and keep your peace with yourself and the Lord. He's got your vision. You just got to keep chasing it. Don't let anything change or influence your heart or your direction in life. Always stay the same person and do not ever be afraid of expressing your love for the Lord. To end it all, peace be with you all. I love you. Have a great week. Enjoy the upcoming weekend. God bless you all.